I am Tom from Just One Pack, and this is AC on the Short Alpha Clash podcast, where I talk all things Alpha Clash on my way to work. So, apologies. I have a cold and sore throat, so I might be sniffling and coughing and sounding very dry at points. I do apologise for that, but I really want to keep the once a week going. So let's dig in. So today's topic is, of course, spoilers. But instead of going, of course, spoilers. If you don't know, we are in the midst of spoiler seasons for the Genesis Return, which is out November 8th, I think, beginning of November, worldwide. So go to your local game store, your online shop, or wherever you stock up on Alpha Clash cards, and make sure you pre-order so that we keep having it in stores. That said, spoiler cards are coming out right now. It seems like we're like the previous, like with Clash Grounds and Unrivaled, they are coming out in color sets. So we just had we just had the black ones, and starting with the first green card. So I'm guessing we're done with black. But that gives us an opportunity to look at black as a whole on the set as a whole, at least as it pertains to the black cards. So instead of just talking about every single card, reading them out loud, I'm going to link to the Alpha Clash TCG website with the list of content creators releasing these cards, and you should go watch the cards on their platforms, whether it be YouTube or Instagram or X or whatever. Go have a look, support them. I know it means a great deal. So go have a look and support that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to talk about the set as a whole, at least to what I've seen, and a single mechanic or two. Let's dig into that. So to start up with the set as a whole, we go into the specific black card mechanic. The set as a whole seems to be very much supporting, if what we have is well enough to go by, it seems to support older strategies or historic strategies very, very well. So the card I spoiled with Morik the Crucian Brute, he is a support card for the discarded, probably for sealed, because he's not really powerful on the power curve. Probably for sealed, but the thing is that is a support needed to make them work as a strategy. With the in his case with the ambush mechanic, but there are others in there. They're supporting previous already established strategies how to play the game, such as I'm Demise with Death, playing Death cards matter, Death Clash cards matter. That has support. There is support with a contender weapon for the Weapon set up with Alpha Hunters that wants to sling grenades and have an effect from that. Then that's just become a little bit easier with the grenade launcher. Stuff like that has come out supporting strategies, and they've come out at uncommon and common. So there might be a thing in the draft set for that as well. However, they are out there, and they are to support existing strategies. So if you are running any of these and you want to sort of build on that, even for constructor play, go have a look. There might be something interesting to put in your decks. So that is, and there's if black is anything to go by, there will be strategies for the other colors, or contenders in other colors from the previous set, just like this. So, and it was expected, really, because it is this. I mentioned this last time. It has to go sort of in blocks to support the draft box, which is absolutely fine. But I'm just happy to see that something like Death also gets a little bit more. So there will be support for older formats outside the box of the block set. So that is the support for existing strategies. Now we know that the contenders, I went through them a couple of weeks back in an episode. So there are I'm going to say there are 2 black contenders. It's not entirely true. There is a black contender in Kilimanjaro, and then there is a dual face, dual color in Shadowlight, but he is black-white in colors, which makes perfect sense. Go have a listen to that a couple of weeks back. If you want to know more about the contenders. However, what I want to talk about here is the support for those contenders. So Shadowlight is a tricky contender. I hope I said that when I went through the contenders. If not, then I'm saying it here. The timing in Shadowlight is going to be complicated, both because you have to flip your contender, but also because the portal matters with him. So you have to keep track of a lot of things and time them correctly to make him function as you want to. So it's going to be one of the more complicated, I think. That would be my guess, and for those who have talked with about it, they seem to have the same thing. It's not that it's not interesting, it's just that it is complicated. What is less complicated, even though I kind of thought that was, is the new mechanic for Kilimanjaro. So Kilimanjaro has this new mechanic called Magnitude. And what Magnitude does for you is it comes with the keyword Magnitude and then a number. For what we've seen, that number falls in some quantities of 5, saying 10, 15 or 20. And whenever your Oblivion hits that specific target, I believe on your turn, you get some benefit from that. Now, we had debate whether that was a cumulative thing, so that if you had 15 cards in your Oblivion and you had an effect with both 15 and 10, then you get both of them. The guess now is that it is not a cumulative thing like that. That is, you have to hit the specific mark. So if you have Magnitude 15, there has to be exactly 15 cards in your Oblivion. And to me, first, it seemed rather hard to keep that, to hit those marks. I'm not so certain anymore. You have a fair bit of control on how many cards are in your Oblivion. So you can discard to hit certain points. There is a lot of mechanisms in the cards revealed for Kilimanjaro for you to discard cards so that you can hit a specific point. And there are ways for, like, death cards to get things out of your Oblivion. So you have a fair bit of control on how much is in your Oblivion. Whether that level of resources you need to have to control your Oblivion matches the power you get from the Magnitude effects. That is a harder guess, because we haven't had that many Magnitude. We haven't had that many Magnitude powered cards yet. But I'm guessing you can sort of stack them in accessories and contenders and tools and stuff like that. So maybe you get 3 or 4 effects if you're really lucky. You get 3 or 4 effects when you're hitting the Magnitude level, which would be powerful. Whether it's powerful enough or it's just an interesting build, I don't know. But what I did reflect on is that the ability for your opponent to manipulate the number of cards in your Oblivion is much less easy. There are ways, so you can attack if you can get the clash cards out to defeat your opponent's clash cards, engaged clash cards, then sure, you can get to manipulate the number of cards in Oblivion. You can also, barring the Lyn mill decks, you can also manipulate by simply dealing non-clash damage, stuff like that. There are ways to do it, but it's much more intensive on your resources and sort of strays from your plan probably. So it's not a straight way. Then there's the Lyn mill decks, which I don't think is that powerful yet. I might be corrected here, but they are a threat to the magnitude levels, certainly. But there is a lot more tools on your own side to discard cards, to send things to Oblivion, and to get things back in some way from your Oblivion. So you can get it into your hand, that's fine. You don't have to have it in the clash ground or in your accessory zone or in your resource zone for that matter. So it's enough just to balance the number of cards in your Oblivion. That seems much more reasonable to do now with the black cards coming down than I previously thought. That being said, there might be a slight chance for you to mill yourself to gain these benefits. So far, all the magnitude effects we've seen is 10, 15, and 20. But who knows? There might be a magnitude 30 or magnitude 35, and then you're getting awfully close to the maximum of 50 because you need some cards in hand and some cards on the table as well. And it's not unreasonable to have 10 cards out at any given moment and maybe 3 or 5 cards in your hand, and then a magnitude 30 is awfully close to you milling yourself out. But let's see. I would think it would be very, very cool with a win condition going for you having to try to get to exactly 30. But yeah, let's see if it happens. I hope once we get to see more rare cards or epic cards, there might be something like that. Anyway, magnitude, an interesting mechanic coming out in the next set. And that was all I wanted to talk about. Well, that's not exactly true, but it's all I prepared. So I'm just going to talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.